Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Let's get after it. So good to see everybody on this glorious Thursday, January 29th. All right. Matty Ice says, I don't know WTF that 24-hour bug was, but I'm back at 100%. Now, if only we could get these NBA slates to do the same. Well, first off, I'm glad that you're feeling better, buddy. And the NBA, it's a wild ride. My man, Bibbo said, I'm good. It's my day off work. I get every other Thursday off because I work 9-hour days. Attaboy. Bibbo putting in them hours, and you deserve it, my man. Now, let's take a look here at what we had yesterday. Tennessee. Yep. Plus 1.5. They went out right. Let's go. All right. Vols. Tennessee gets the job done. Plus 1.5. Houston gets the job done. Minus 7.5. Belmont wins, but does not cover. And Luka, tisk, baby Luka. He hit 3 threes. He shot them last night. He had one, I think 8 that he put up. Missed it by 1. So 2-2 day. That's where we're at now. What was the sports world like yesterday? Well, Houston handles business against TCU. They win by 9. We get that 7.5 cover. That was nice. Florida absolutely pounds South Carolina 95-48. Gators showed up. Butler and St. John's. St. John's wins by 22. They cover in that one as well. 7th straight win for the Johnnies there in the NBA. Cavs took down the Lakers 129-99. Absolute whooping. Pacers beat the Bulls. Hawks beat the Celtics. Magic beat the Heat. A lot of points in that game last night. Knicks beat the Raptors. Another good performance by New York. Toronto. Ugh. Hornets beat the Grizzlies. Yeah, just watch out for Memphis. Just completely look out for them. Timberwolves beat the Mavericks 118-105. Warriors and Jazz. Great game last night. Warriors win 140-124. And then the Spurs. Look at that. Over the Rockets 111-99. You see your boy Wimby there. Went for 28, 16, and 5. Nice one. Whale says, morning crew, do small things with great love. Whale, so good to see you, buddy. And you're absolutely correct. All right, let's jump into it for today. Let's get into the headlines. Well, the reaction's starting to come in regards to Bill Belichick not being a first-round Hall of Fame selection. And Tom Brady has spoken. Tom Brady, this is courtesy of ESPN.com. Tom Brady joined the chorus of voices questioning Bill Belichick's snub from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, saying the voting committee's decision is, quote, completely ridiculous. Brady voiced his opinion on the news during an interview with Seattle Sports 7:10 a.m. on Wednesday, one day after ESPN reported that Belichick fell short of the 40 out of 50 votes needed for Hall of Fame induction during his first year of eligibility. I don't understand it, said Brady, who played under Belichick for 20 seasons with the New England Patriots. I mean, I was with him every day. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because these people deserve it. Tom Brady, absolute perfect quote right there, and says what I believe everyone on planet Earth does, except for, the said NFL voters and maybe Bill Polian. All right. Now, here's the question, okay? And not that it's going to be talked about publicly by these two guys, but my first question is this. Are you going to be punishing Tom Brady as well? Because was this just Bill Belichick? Like, we're going back to Spygate, right? Like, that's what we're doing. What about Robert Kraft? What about any of the other Patriots, right? So I'm fascinated with this because now there's a precedent set. And it's not going to be all the same voters when Brady comes up as well. So I'm fascinated with that one, all right? Number 2, speaking of the Patriots, New England has listed Drake May as limited prior to Super Bowl practices. Foxborough, Massachusetts. With one day until their first practice for Super Bowl 60, the New England Patriots said quarterback Drake May wouldn't have been a full participant had they practiced Wednesday because of his banged-up right shoulder. Per league rules, both New England and the Seattle Seahawks were required to submit projected injury reports Wednesday ahead of Thursday, today's first Super Bowl practice for both teams. Starting linebacker Robert Spillane, ankle, and veteran edge rusher Harold Landry, knee, also wouldn't have practiced according to the Patriots. Okay, so what to take away from this? And Kirk says this whole thing, talking about Belichick, this whole thing is BS. He should be first ballot easy. Agreed. Bill Belichick's not a first rounder or, first ballot. I don't know why we have Hall of Fame. All right. So, what to take away from this? Okay. The rumors and everything that we've heard about, with Drake May and his shoulder. Yeah, it's a real thing. And we saw during the playoff run, Patriots offense wasn't exactly firing. They weren't scoring a bunch of points. Now, we're not taking anything away from them. However, it is something to notice here because there is something there. Now, the severity of it, all of that, I don't know. But, yeah. Tony, I'm a Miami fan, and Bill is easily a first ballot Hall of Famer. Did you see Jimmy Johnson? Jimmy Johnson, former NFL head coach, legend in his own right, went off. And I don't blame him. Jimmy Johnson loves Belichick, and he went off. He was calling people dumb. I love it. Cortez, hey, what's up, Tez? Good to see you. These guys don't know ball, AB. They don't, bro. Hawk says, think he's going to play. Yeah, Drake's going to play for sure. But it is something to pay attention to as we go through it, especially looking at it from a betting perspective, is that, well, the Seahawks defense is also pretty good. So something to pay attention to. Now, finally, the most important look, NFL Hall of Fame, the Super Bowl. I guess these are large stories. I don't know. What I do know is that the largest story is coming. Back to Indy, and I'm ready for it. Oscar Mayer's Wienermobile race is coming back to the Indy 500. This is courtesy the Associated Press. The Wienermobiles are coming back, and if you think we're not going to be betting on this, you're crazy. The Wienermobiles are coming back for a bite at the Brickyard in May, giving them another chance to relish, I see what you did there, spotlight of racing's biggest weekend. Oscar Mayer announced Sunday all 6 of its famed street-ready vehicles will compete for the second straight year on Indianapolis Motor Speedway's historic 2.5-mile oval. The Winnie 500 is scheduled for May 22nd during the track's annual Carburation Day festivities. Last year's race was such a hit, organizers wanted to give fans a second round to savor the flavor of a lighthearted competition just 2 days before IndyCar's marquee race, the Indianapolis 500. The presentation will have a familiar look for fans who watched last year's inaugural race. Each Wienermobile will feature toppings representing an American regional favorite while carrying custom decals. Drivers will don hot dogger racing suits while the iconic Wiener song plays and the champ drives into Wiener's Circle. Okay, I am all in on this. All in on this. Michael says, betting on Wienermobile races, sign me up. You better believe it. We are absolutely going to be betting on the Wiener 500. Jermaine, what up, gang? What's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Matty boy. If you think we're not going to be betting on this, you're crazy. Yes. Matty Ice. Paul Hornung was suspended for a whole season for gambling on games, and he's now in the Hall of Fame. Bill gets in. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. All right, let's jump into the picks. We're absolutely going to be all over that Wiener 500. Let's go. Okay. College basketball tonight. Going to the West Coast here. UC San Diego taking on UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos. Shout out to my man, Jim Rome. I'm going with UC San Diego here, 3.5. I think San Diego's the better team. I think they're going to put it on them a little bit. So I'm rolling there. We'll talk about it. Now to the NBA. It is not a large college basketball day today. It's just not. That said, though, hey, what about San Diego State last night? Laid the hammer down, baby. All right, NBA. Rockets and the Hawks over 224.5. And we'll talk about these games. But Rockets need a good one. And the Hawks coming up a nice one. Now, we've got back-to-backs, okay, with both of these teams. So it's kind of one of those, we're going to get heavy defense, or we're going to get a little more offense. I think we're going to get a little more offense, which is why I want to play the over 224 and a half. All right, now, Pistons and the Suns. It's going to be a good game, too. We're going to play the over 214 and a half. Now, I know that number seems low, and it is, but it's low for a reason. So we're not walking into, oh, the books made a mistake. We're going to have to sweat it. But I think we're going to get a good game out of this one. So I'll take the Pistons and the Suns here. Hawks are Prince of Picks. Hawks are a league-leading 70% against the spread versus the Western Conference. There we go. I think we get the Hawks again. In a good one. Need Houston to step up. Big Wayne, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Assuming Bill is being held out in part due to the cheating issues, does that mean Brady will receive the same treatment? And that's my question, man. Like, are we holding across the board, or is this just Bill? And it goes to also, remember this, Belichick wasn't exactly the kindest person to the media to begin with. That said, though, I don't know. I did a radio show yesterday. Shout out to John Burton, my man. And we were talking about this. And my thing is, I'm not big on taking vigilante justice. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was the right spot to do that, but here we are. All right. So Pistons and the Suns over 214 and a half. And then in the NBA, continuing with it, Thunder money line, Rockets money line. So now we're double dipping on this Rockets game. Excuse me. So if you're somebody who's saying A, B, I'll roll with one or the other. Like, I feel you. Matty boy, talk about Belichick. This isn't a kindness contest. He's got the best football resume in the history of mankind. Agreed. Like, yeah, I agree with you. It's just like that. That's one of those where I'll say this. That's one of those where the media thought they were doing something, but they actually told on themselves. That's exactly what happened, because his resume is not under question at all, right? So they got caught telling on themselves. That's exactly what they did. They didn't think that it would be like this. But everybody's like, bro, you cannot keep him out. Jermaine, sell us over 15.5 points. Let's have it on back-to-back, 220 all-time on back-to-back. That number. Beautiful, man. Let's talk about it. Let's jump into the sports we have for today. Oh, also, if you guys could hit the like button, that'd be fantastic. It would be a huge help right now. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I won't ask you for anything else, but that'd be huge. Big Brian in golf, and make sure to check his video out on your front page there at Driving the Line. In golf, under 3-ball matchup, Ryan Gerard over Matt McCarty, minus 130. Tee off is 1:49 Eastern Time PM. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you that. And Jermaine sells under 15.5 points. Thank you, sir. All right. So you have 2 ranked games tonight in college basketball. Not a lot, obviously. Colorado and Iowa State. Look, I mean, I'm feeling Ohio State. I'm feeling Iowa State, but 17.5. I'm not buying in. Washington and Illinois. Same deal, man. I don't mind 12.5 for Illinois, but as a better, that 9 to 12 range in terms of a spread is just massive, man. Because you want to be up 20 or 18 to give yourself some room, right? And I mean, that means you got to be blowing this team out front to back. Now, again, it's 12.5. I'm whining like it's 30. You know what I mean? But Prince Booker out tonight. Jalen Green and Colin Gillespie questionable. Their previous matchup hit a total of 213 and required 33 points from Grayson Allen. I worry if that's sustainable scoring output. Talking about the Suns get. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. All right, so that's college basketball. Yeah, I mean, I, I hate to present you with only 2 games, but I don't make the schedule. So, Liddy, top of the morning to y'all. Good morning, AB and crew. What's up? What's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Prince, don't forget, everyone, Europa League, 3 p.m. Eastern, 18 games at the same time. Final match day for who makes the knockout stages and who gets eliminated. Going to be crazy chaos. Man, that's awesome. I appreciate that. And we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. And bring your College World Series teams. I'll be AB the last few days. I'm taking some alternate overs and buying a few points on the totals, and it's paid off. It's a little more juice, but I'm winning more consistently. I love it. I completely agree with that strategy. Completely agree with it. Everything that you can do right now to get yourself any point, man, it really does matter. And Albie, I'm so glad that you said that, right? Because that's exactly what I talk about, like with this Illinois, man. Like, I like Illinois, right? Like, I believe in this team, but needing 13 and winning by 9 can happen so often. Yeah. So going back to your strategy, Abby, I completely agree. All right, jumping to the NBA here. Kings and the Sixers. 76ers 11.5-point favorites. Total of 229.5. Nothing from me on this one. If you have picks on any of these NBA games, drop them in. And like I said, we'll be live 3 p.m. Eastern today. So we'll go through player props and whatnot. Bucks and the Wizards. Bucks, Milwaukee, 2.5-point favorites here. Total of 225 or 222.5. I'm sorry. Spell Dog, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Anybody have anything in these? I nothing big from me. All right, Rockets and the Hawks. So we have 2 on this one. All right, so the total's gone up. We got it 224.5. It's moving. Like I said, both these teams coming off a back-to-back here. Hawks look great. Rockets did not. Now, they were playing the Spurs. Lots of teams don't. But what I think we're going to get out of this game, points. Even though I understand Houston games, they tend to stay low. But I think Houston has to focus themselves on offense a little bit tonight. Can't all be defense. Can't all be slowing this thing down. They're going to have to score. So we've got Houston on the money line, and then we've also got the over. 224.5. Kirk, Dyson and Vucevic, but waiting for juice to come down. Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. And, dude, Dyson was nice last night, man. Absolutely. Good call. So, yeah, we'll be live 3 p.m. Eastern. And, Kirk, appreciate that. Heat and the Bulls. Miami, 1.5-point favorites on the road. Total of 240.5. Again, this feels like a play-in game. It's a makeup from January 8th. So here you go. I don't know if you're going to get any weirdness from a makeup game. I have a feeling that 1.5 spread is going to matter because these two teams just remind me exactly of each other. Hornets and the Mavericks. Hornets could win. Dallas, they... Sorry, I was reading the chat. Jeff, Ja Morant got the elbow problem, not going to be on the trade board. What a mess, man. It's just a mess in Memphis. Man, Kevin Durant over 29.5. Here we go. Kirk, AB also looking at Bucelius rebounds and assist for the Bulls. Beautiful. All right, yeah, Hornets and the Mavs, man. I don't have anything big here, but I don't know about the Mavs tonight. I don't know. All right, Nets and the Nuggets. Denver, a 7.5-point favorite. Total 210.5. Aubie says, I like the Hornets on the road, to be honest. I agree. Sorry. I agree with you. I don't have anything on this Nets Nuggets game. I don't know if you do, but I do not. Pistons and the Suns. Here we go. Check your injury reports. We're on the over. Now, we're going to need some scoring as it was laid out. Prince laid it out nicely. Michael said, is DTL doing a Super Bowl watch party here in Nashville? We need to figure that out. Yeah. I mean, we could definitely go somewhere. Go to Peg Leg Porker. We'll figure that out. We need to do something for sure. Thunder and the Timberwolves. All right, so we're on the Thunder money line here. This is a risky spot, isn't it? Look, we're on OKC, but yeah, this is a weird spot. Minnesota's ain't no pushover, obviously. Wednesday morning, y'all. Midterms going on at Alcatraz. Sorry for my tardiness. It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Brian said, hang in there, bro. All right, this is going to be a heck of a game. Now, again, we're on OKC on the money line. No spread. But it's a risky spot. Minnesota plus 6.5 could be the ultimate, like, hey, good call, or you're a dumb play. All right. All right, that's what we have in the NBA. All right, let me get the picks back up here. We need to talk about the NFL. Okay. UC San Diego, like we said, breaking down against UC Santa Barbara. Taking San Diego 3.5 here. Rockets and the Hawks over 224.5. Pistons and the Suns over 214.5. And then the Thunder money line parlayed with the Houston Rockets money line at plus 125. All right. The Super Bowl. Now we continue our breakdown as we have every day and as we will every day leading up to the big game. Super Bowl 60. All right. So practice begins today for both teams. Okay. And then how it works is they'll travel this weekend to Santa Clara, be ready for Super Bowl week. Super Bowl week's a ton of fun. All right. Seahawks, 4.5-point favorites, total of 45.5. It hasn't moved. Spread, total, hasn't gone anywhere. Okay. Our picks, nothing new added yet, but we keep every day. Just keep it organized. Drake May, 1+ pick, minus 120. Jackson Smith, Najigba, anytime TD, minus 110. Seahawks, Patriots, over 2.5 turnovers, minus 115. And then the Seahawks and the Patriots, both teams score 20+ points at plus 125. Okay. That's what we have so far. We'll keep adding to it. And Zach, Super Bowl squares are live in the Discord, $10 per square. Absolutely get in on this. I'll be getting on it too, but I definitely want to make sure everybody has chances to get theirs in. So, yeah, no doubt. And Zach, thank you so much for setting that up. Absolutely. Okay. So these are the 4 plays that we have for the Super Bowl so far. Like we said, it's Thursday. We have a whole next week. But we're going to be talking about this every single day. Now, let's look here. And again, just because we talked about it this week doesn't mean we won't talk about it next week too. We'll be all over it. Can I interest anybody in any first drives? Okay. So let me lay out what we have here. Patriots. What will the Patriots' first drive result in? Now, there are 2 ways you could go about it. Okay. The top one, you could just go punt, field goal attempt, touchdown, turnover on downs or safety. Let me just tell you, that punt at plus 108 is about to get played. I'm going to take my chances on that. Now, you could go granular if you want to get highly selective and be rewarded for it, right? Look at that. Punt, plus 112, plus 108 above. Interesting. All right, somebody didn't do their homework. I'm telling you, you can catch these books slipping. All right? I've worked with these people. Bless them. We love them. You can catch little things like this. All right. So, field goal made plus 424, passing touchdown plus 559, rushing touchdown plus 730, interception 1100. Hello. Fumble lost 1800, field goal missed plus 1820, turnover on downs or safety plus 1600. So, you could actually, with how large these numbers are, you could mix and match if you wanted and just play the same unit size on each one. But that's getting in the weeds. So that's the Patriots. I think we're all looking at that punt plus 108 or plus 112, whichever one you'd like to select. Now, what about the other side? Okay. Seahawks plus 123 or plus 128. Punt. It's not a bad strategy to go with both of them. Michael, I love both team first drive results in punt, as the first series is more about seeing what the defense is doing, less about the offense. 1,000,000,000% agreed. Not a bad play on both sides, honestly. Field goal attempt plus 339, touchdown plus 230, turnover on downs or safety plus 620. Hey, that field goal attempt, not bad either. The turnover, I mean, that's where I want to go, but I don't know, man. Fascinating. All right, so that's the first drive. Now, again, same deal with the Seahawks. You might want to go touchdown. Them Haas has been going. But no, I mean, punt in the Super Bowl, regardless of teams, is not a bad look. All right, now, here are some of your sportsbook created bets. Anything here stand out to you? I'll read through them. Drake May to have either 4+ passing touchdowns or 2+ rushing touchdowns plus 950. Mac Hollins to have 2 receptions in each half plus 850. Hunter Henry 3+ receptions in each half 1,000. Kayshon Boutte score a 40+ yard long receiving touchdown plus 1,500. I'm not doing that. Either Drake May to have 50+ rushing yards or Mac Hollins 50+ receiving yards plus 110. Ramondre Stevenson to have either 100+ yards rushing or 40+ receiving yards. That could be something. I don't know, though. Drake May to have either 50+ rushing. Yeah, we just saw that. Drake May or Sam Darnold to have 100+ passing yards in the first quarter plus 400. I don't know about that. Either Hunter Henry or Austin Hooper to score a TD in the first quarter. I don't know about that. Stephon Diggs to have 3+ receptions in each half. I don't know about that. Rashid Shaheed to have either 50+ receiving yards or 20+ rushing yards. I don't mind that. Sam Darnold to have either 3+ passing touchdowns or 1+ rushing touchdown plus 220. I really like that. Do not sleep on Sam Darnold running one in. Seriously. Like, that could get played right there. Because he could have 3 passing touchdowns to JSN. That's not a bad bet right there. I see why they shoved that down at the bottom. Jackson Smith-Njigba to have 4+ receptions in each half plus 350. I mean, look, I love Jackson Smith-Njigba, but that's asking for. That's a tough ask. All right, so do any of these stand out to you? Again, for me, that's Sam Darnold there to have either 3+ passing. Like, considering what these bets are, you know what I mean? Like, these aren't fundamental bets, that we're basing everything off of. Just kind of fun bets that they put together. I don't know about many of them, but that Sam Darnold one's not bad. All right. Now, here's another one I wanted to bring up. Jackson Smith-Njigba. Now, I'm going to focus on him with this, and we're talking about the longest reception. But there are certainly others. Okay? But here's a way to play Jackson Smith-Njigba if you're somebody who's not wanting, to bank on, I got to get 100+ yards, right? Like, that can get tough, man, in a Super Bowl, especially with the defense, seeing how good that you are. I mean, my goodness, man. So what I'm getting at is that I might be jumping on this too, and probably so. Jackson Smith-Njigba, and let me pull up full screen. I know it's tough to see. Tough to read. Longest reception over 27.5 yards. Honestly, I have a feeling that whether the Seahawks are up, Seahawks are down, or it's a tie ball game throughout, Sam Darnold is going to be looking at Jackson Smith-Njigba deep multiple times in this game. Okay? And what I'm getting at is I don't know how many opportunities we're going to have. And you could get it, on a slant route that's thrown 5 yards and you get it in yak, right? Yards after the catch. Doesn't have to be a bomb, but 27.5 pretty much kind of needs to be an intermediate to deep route. But that said, you're going to get these opportunities. And he's just got to catch one. So it's something that I'm probably going to jump on because, man, the Super Bowl can just be a weird game. But if you're somebody who's saying, hey, I'd like to have it in quality and not need quantity, same deal with receptions. And again, we're not saying that JSN might not go nuclear. He's done it every other game, right? We're not saying that. But just from a betting perspective, he's going to get deep routes, right? Like, it's almost like betting on 3-pointers. And this one, we just need one. Hawk, I like Shaheed for longest. Think the Hawks do a show me ball to him early deep. That's a good look, too. They're going to take the shots, right? So while I'm looking, and Hawk, again, thank you for that. And a great point in this as well. I'm looking at JSN, but yeah, I mean, there are multiple other ways that you can go with this. Boutte, 17.5 yards. Hunter Henry, 17.5. Stephon Diggs, 16.5. Cooper Kupp, 15.5. Mac Hollins, 15.5. Rashid Shaheed, 15.5. Kenneth Walker, 13.5. AJ Barner, 12.5. Ramondre Stevenson, 11.5. Demario Douglas, 9.5. And again, that's longest reception. So, yeah. Well, what about Super Bowl MVP? I like to take long shots on it. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Hey, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I agree with you. Kirk, AB, Shaheed over 15.5 seems like that would be how he gets a catch, no short. I agree with you. Yeah. So, no doubt, there are ways to go about it and not have to play, needing 100 yards or anything big. Those are the teasers right there. All right. Let me get back to the picks, and we'll get out of here. Not a super big day in sports here, except for soccer, which is going to be an awesome day. Sorry, these are the NFL picks. Let me get the today's picks up. There we go. All right, UC San Diego college basketball taking on UC Santa Barbara here. We're going to take San Diego -3.5, -115. These three in the NBA. Rockets and the Hawks over 224.5, -115. Pistons and the Suns over 214.5, -115. And then the Thunder money line and the Rockets money line +125. Perfect. Okay. All right. We'll get out of here. Hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. Start to your Thursday. And we'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern to break down everything that we have college basketball in the NBA player props once we have a better look at the starting lineups tonight. And remember, college baseball. All right. Bring your teams that you think are going to make it to Omaha. We're going to talk about that today, too. Justin, I hate that you came in late, my dog, as we're leaving, but it is good to see you, bro. I swear. All right. Prince said this. AB, I swear this is a real team name. What? Okay, we're gonna have to break this down. Lanfair Pwllgwyn. Lanfair Pwllgwyn. Gilligoggery. Lanfair Pwllgwyn Goggle. I can't even finish. I can't look. I am a college educated human being. I can't read this. That Bachelor of Business Administration's not coming in handy here. Yeah, I don't know what is there? Is there a mascot? Where is this? Today, Junior. Shout out to Billy Madison. Rarudo? Those are Z's. He spelled risotto. He went baseball. Brett, it's in Welsh English. The official team name is in Wales. Zach, just Google the pronunciation. Like, this team is now dubbed Flim Flam. Yeah, like, dude, I think I did. Dude, if that's real, that's the hardest name in the history of all time. All time. I got to get that on the screen again. Lanfair Pwllgwyn Gilligoggery Twern Robin Williams Tecilio Gagagagach. That's an adventure. What size uniform is this? How much do they have to curve the name? You can't even put the name. You have to just go logo. Go Texas Tech for the double L's. Oh, my goodness. That name is out of control, but respect to it. Yeah, Robin. Look, it said Robin Williams in it. Somehow he got involved. He was an early backer. And I love Robin Williams. I'm not making a joke about the passing of him, but yeah. Tina, all right, we need your help. Late, but good morning, AB. Tina, okay. We need your help right now. All right, so Prince swears this is a real team name. Tina, what do we do with this? Lanfair Pwllgwyn Gilligoggery Twin Robin Williams Aunt Silly Sog Gaga Gagach. Yeah, you can't fit this. Yeah, you can't fit this on the jersey. Jeff, tattoo that on your back. I love it. All right. That just set up the rest of the day. All right. It's going to be a fantastic. Zach said, I just checked Google. It's real and nowhere near what it looks like. What does it look like? Tina said, related to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Hey, and anyone that's a fan of that team, look, we're not making fun of it, but geez. Joel, would suck if that was my spelling bee word in elementary. Dude, no doubt. No doubt. And let me say, look, Joel, I think that we probably both had the same kind of upbringing. Look, proud public school kids, all right? That's what we did. We went to school. We graduated, all right? Nobody could say anything to any of us. I'm not spelling that word. And that's the one that would just pop up. You're like, what? That guy got race car. He could spell it backwards. And I got Robin Williams Gugagathon. I'm going to get canceled. Somebody's going to be a fan. They call it Lanfair Pool, FC for short. That's a good call. That's a real good call. That's still a tough word. That the ending of this, like, it feels like a text message from one of my buddies that they just can't spell, you know? Like it's supposed to be like Landfair pole or something. Fat thumbs, put a W instead. Uh, Landfair pole. How do you pronounce that? Landfarpool. 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 Landfarpool? Tina, like when my cat walks across the keyboard. Yeah, it's so hard. The double L make a K sound. Okay. All right. Hold on. The double L's make a K sound. So, Confarpool. Canvire. Oh. Clanvire? Clonvire. All right, let's hope it's Clon. Bibbo, if you ask a student on a college campus today a question versus a proud public student from our time, AB, I bet in our answer every time. 100%. If you drink water from a hose on the side of your house, I'm listening to what you got to say. 100%. Look, and I went to college. All right, but I agree with Bibbo here. Nowadays, no. They'd be like, what? Even though, to be fair, that look at this. Discobolia. Disturbia. Grodzisk Wielkopolski. Grodzik Wielkopolski. That sounds like a tight end for the Patriots. 2.7. 2 points. Saska Keydreason Causal 3. Oh, these. Okay, sorry. FC Anzi. FC Anzi Makachakala. God, that was tough. Hawk, there were people that said the same thing about the times we all grew up in. Yeah, rightfully so, right? I think that's what American culture really is based upon. Is like, look at these idiots. Those names were impossible, Prince, but I'm so glad that you brought those. Winslow, when people really use the ashtray and lighter in the car, the knowledge is on point, no doubt. No doubt. You remember those? I remember them. Dude, and the thing with those two, the ashtray in those cars was silver. And my man, it was on fire in that car in the summer. If that car was out in the sun, everything, the seat belt, all of it was like that slide at the park, you know, that's just straight silver and it's 108 degrees and it's been that way all day. That thing is on fire. If that seatbelt touches your leg like your thigh, yeah, you're toast. Tina, I had an 81 Impala that had that with the bench seats, 100%. Yes. Dude, and those things, man, were smoking hot. You had to be careful. Also, do have to give credit on those as well. The AC in those cars blew snow. Absolutely freezing. Oh, my goodness. And anybody who's ever gone in life without air conditioning in a car, I have too. It's the worst, right? Like everything obviously is windows down. Unless you get to a red light, then you're getting all of everyone's fumes. It's a tough existence. I've been there. All right. I totally get it. But those cars, yeah. If it had bench seats, it blew snow. Which, again, Addison, we were a window tint family. So sorry for y'all. I'm a window tint guy too. My family was not. And I've tried to get them on board. It's not happening. Michael, I can't imagine someone smoking on a plane. What would happen? Like, what do you think would happen for real? Let me put the pics back up here real quick. What do you think would happen for real if you got on a Southwest 7420 to Fort Lauderdale or wherever, and you just, dude, you sat down, normal, everything, right? Get nice and midway into the flight where there's no turning around, all right? And you just pull out a pack of Marlboro Reds and you just fire one up. Buddy, we'd be reading about you on the news in about 8 minutes. Prince, dude, no AC at a red light is death. Yep. Can only drink so much ice water just trapped in a smoggy heat. 100% correct. And that's the truth right there. That is the answer. If anybody ever says, hey, man, I've been through, times where my car didn't have AC, all that, that's the test right there. Because everybody will say, yeah, windows down. Not at a red light. It's windows up. That's the absolute proof. Somebody's really been through it. No doubt, man. Good call. And dude, it's tough. Jared, I got no AC in my car at the moment, was refusing to pay like $800. And that's why I say it, because man, it is so flipping expensive, man. It's so expensive. I say that as feeling you. I've been there, man, where you're making decisions like $800. What? We're going to have to hold off on that for a minute. We're going to have to get used to this and dress light for a few weeks. You know what I mean? Or months. Like, been there, dude. It is tough. No doubt. All right. UC San Diego minus 3.5. Rockets Hawks over 224.5. Pistons Suns over 214.5. Thunder money line, Rockets money line plus 125. Bibbo, I'm going to give you the space here. Says I have one better than that. Here it comes. What do you got? Michael, they would have to land the plane due to an altercation. Jared, I'm usually highway driving, so it's not horrible until it's pouring. Oh, my God, that's another one of those tests right there. You're right. And I got to have the windows up, then it's smoking hot. Yeah, and after it stops raining, oh, you get that Florida effect where, like, the ground is, like, heated. Oh, dude. 100%. And you're totally right on the highway. It's solid. Like, you're good. You know what I mean? Until it starts pouring rain. Matty boy, DTL, cover the picks. Stay for the linguistics work. Yeah. Bibbo, in Iraq, when you are in porta potty that is 160 to 180 degrees, I felt like if I was not drinking water while I was urinating, I truly felt like I was dying. I can only imagine. And let me say, honestly, as somebody who, I like Gator Lights, but I drink a lot of water. I'd have for a while, right? And if you don't, I'm not going to get on you, but water is amazing of what it can do and what it can do immediately. And Bibbo, look, I haven't been there. I've never served, would never act like a story I know. But yeah, and you did not want to be taking the porta potty. You didn't know if you're going to pass out, dude. Could not imagine, bro. Yeah, Zach, detail homework. Drink 2 extra bottles of water today. There you go. Hey, I'll tell you this, man. Like, I get these little, and here are the picks again. We'll get out of here for real. But, like, these Gator Lights, like, I hold on to the bottle and just fill it up with water, throw it in the fridge. Grab it, go, man. Water helps. I'll say that. If you're not drinking enough water, incorporate. And you don't have to go crazy with it, but incorporate just one little bottle of it each day. It'll help you. I promise. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. Water is it's the greatest thing on earth. It really is. Brian, I did my homework with a college baseball tie. Nice. There we go. All right. That's a perfect transition right there. All right. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. Bring your top 8 college baseball teams. We're going to be talking about that. We'll also go through, obviously, college basketball and the NBA player props. All of it, baby. Let's go. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I appreciate you starting your day every day with details. So good to see you. And we'll be live 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. Let's get it. Who's got it better than us?